There you go. Hi, everybody. Yes, finally, we got all of your emails. We got all of the phone calls. Thank you for your handwritten letters that said we need more Kevin and Patrick. And that's it. You have 2 more wishes. So fantastic. Welcome to it. This is the, I wanted to call it Behind the Music, Patrick, but they went with Beyond the Forecast as well. So I'm right here, of course, at the Storm Team 2, the headquarters. Meanwhile, the Southtown Bureau, there's our chief meteorologist, Patrick Hammer. Set the scene for us down there, buddy.
Well, Behind the Music was taken by a certain video channel, so we couldn't use that. But I know. I mean, that was our idea. And by the way, you got letters and mail. I had a pigeon flew by and dropped me a message from a viewer that said they wanted more Patrick and Kevin. Yep. You know, it used to be more, less Kevin. Remember those days?
Yeah.
Okay. That was years ago. Anyway, here we are in the Hamburg Bureau. Some of you, if you've been around a while, may have remembered this setting for like 6 months during COVID when we were broadcasting from home. So I am in Hamburg, right at the border with Orchard Park, which is like 3 houses that way, and the Boston Hills are right behind me. And I don't know if you can see this, a failed ice rink.
Oh no!
My son and I built it. We built it. Put in the, I mean, it's got lights, it's got everything. And then we had that late December thaw and the ice completely melted and it was never able to recover. So then of course it snowed on New Year's Eve. And then of course January got cold and snowy, but then we just never got it together. So anyway, that's what that is. And you might see Benny walking around here in a second. That's one of our dogs who loves to check things out while we're out here. Anyway,
very cool.
Kevin, so that's where we are. The sun is out.
Yep, the sun's out. You know what I'm not going to get you for Christmas?
I was just going to say the sun is out and...
I'm not getting you any more wind chimes.
Oh, are they loud?
No. You have several.
My wife... Well, okay, so my wife has this thing about... beautiful stones that she's put all over the place that are covered with snow. You can't see them. And wind chimes.
Oh, yeah.
She loves wind chimes. In fact, the one in the back is an anniversary gift from last year. Okay? But the funny thing is, it barely moves. I don't know why. The wind doesn't blow. Oh, this is Benny. Hi, Benny.
Hi, Benny. How you doing, buddy? There he is, our special canine correspondent.
That's right. It is a Bernedoodle, Bernese Mountain Dog mixed with Poodle and maybe a couple of other things. I don't know, but that's Benny.
Very nice, man. I appreciate it. Appreciate the tour. We have a busy show for folks. You're going to be talking about snow in the South Towns coming up, and I'm going to be talking about some big snow totals from around the lake. We'll check back in with the chief soon enough. Let's get you the forecast, of course. Welcome to this half hour of mediocrity with me and Patrick. But of course, by the way, if you don't trust me, I'm using Jen Stenonis' forecast, panel by panel. So that's it. Just let the women do the work and take all the credit. Typical man. So this is Jen's forecast she had at the top of the 11 a.m. and also on the noon streaming show. She, in her wisdom, was tracking some snow, of course, right now, just for the northern portion of our viewership. Hello, Niagara on the Lake, which is always lovely. Oh, Wilson, Burt, Somerset, Medina up there too, just with some flurries right now. And then, I mean, that's just about it. I'm finding something to talk about because we have a pretty nice stretch of weather and pretty uneventful stretch of weather, at least for the next few days right now. In the 20s is what we project for our temperatures today. We do fall into the teens. It's going to be a pretty cold start for the kids tomorrow, but I think you're going to like the warm up. In terms of precipitation, really, I'm just kind of looking at cloud cover for you with FutureLink for the next 72 hours or so. Again, you know, the clearer skies overnight, lovely starry skies. So that means typically a colder morning with the clear nights. It'll be partly cloudy tomorrow, so visualize a 50-50 mix of sun and clouds for your Friday. Notice the southern flow, hint, hint. It gives us a little hint as to what kind of temperatures we can expect tomorrow with a southern return there. Just a few flashes of precipitation. That's about it. Nothing more of a nuisance than anything else. Nothing I don't think you'll need the wipers for or the snow brush for. Your Saturday will once again have a mix of sun and clouds as well. There might be a little bit more cloud cover at night, which is a little bit worrisome because we'll talk about a planetary alignment, which is going to happen, several of the planets readily visible, sort of in a line in the nighttime sky. I think you'll be able to see it, but you'll be peeking between some clouds for that as well. Again, maybe just a stray flake or so overnight into Sunday. Sunday is March, but as you flip the calendar, you're going to see a return to wintry temperatures for our March, ironically. It won't be, yeah, I guess coming in like a lion, right, and out like a lamb is what they see for March, and it is going to be below average in the temperature department. I do have good news, big picture, when we're talking about March. You'll see that shortly. Here are the current temperatures as we speak to you at 12:35 on WGRZ+. And here are the current wind chills, the feels like temperature. Not a big deal, really. We're in the teens throughout much of western New York. So, yeah, the last 2 days of February are going to lean warm. Look at this. A nice, beautiful February day tomorrow. Mid-40s, relatively tranquil with a mix of sun and clouds. 41 on Saturday, and you flip the calendar to March and you think, all right, here we go again, and you step outside and it's going to be most of the day in the teens. The kids are back to school March 2nd, right, on Monday, and it's going to be the coldest day of the week. We do build, though, into the 30s, and I think into the 40s throughout next week is too. 7-day forecast is coming up, of course. Total snow now, we're at 88 inches, which is above average. How does this compare to other cities in New York State? I have that coming up with the golden snowball forecast, which is a fun thing I like to track on the weekends. We are above average in the temperature, in the snow department right now, but you know, nothing near record, just a little bit above average. Average temps are going up, as you know, of course, as we work our way towards spring. Springs are awfully stubborn around these here parts. The first day of climatological spring begins this Sunday, so just to put everything in even boxes, because the dates of the solstice and equinox vary. So it's easier for record keeping if we just have the 3 coldest months, typically, be the meteorological winter. So December, January, February, meteorological winter. We're going to flip to meteorological spring March 1st. And daylight saving time begins on March 8th, saving, not savings. So again, the temperature anomalies, look at this, above average temperatures expected through much of the United States, and we're going to lean above average. Don't get the shorts and t-shirt out, but we are going to lean above average for next week after a couple chilly days, Sunday and Monday, okay? Or I guess I should say cold days, Sunday and Monday. Tonight, partly clear is what we expect. And again, this is Jenny's forecast here, so if it's wrong, blame her. But she's rarely wrong. Partly sunny, a mild, just a quick shower as possible. 45 degrees is the projected high for tomorrow. Again, 34 is what we expect for the overnight low. A nice day for your Saturday as well. The better day of the weekend, I would say, unless you want to go skiing and you want to avoid melting. But again, overall for your outdoor plans, a Saturday, yeah, not bad. Ice skating, yeah, go skating. Why not? 41 degrees. But again, a Sunday will be considerably colder, ironically, for the first day of May. Zone forecast again. Sunday and Monday, colder than average, but look at this as the beginning of a warm-up. A little teaser here on Thursday with a high, a chance at 50. We have a decent chance for a day or two in the 50s next week, but again, no weather impact alerts, no problematic precipitation on the horizon. Okay, we're going to be talking about that planetary alignment. We're going to talk about the Golden Snowball Award, and my immediate supervisor, is going to be out there in the snow, where he usually is in Hamburg. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Beyond the Forecast with a half hour of weather and also soft rock favorites from yesterday and today. Down at the Southern Bureau is where you'll find Chief Meteorologist Patrick Hammer. And typically south of Buffalo is where all the action is, at least in terms of the highest snow totals.
Yeah, and I agree with you. This is kind of, when you measure snow here, you got to have yacht rock playing in the background to get the best measurements. So here's the funny thing, at least I think so. I moved here to Buffalo 10 years ago, and when I was scouting out places to live, I kind of went to some of the people at the station and said, okay, I'm kind of weird, I'm kind of a nut. I want to know where it snows the most, and I want to live there. And I didn't tell my wife, didn't tell the kids, and of course I was given some suggestions, all in the South towns, and that's where we settled. And funny enough, my wife didn't find that out till years later, that we chose Hamburg for a lot of reasons, a lot of good reasons, but most of all, this is kind of where it snows the most. And where we're set up here, we're right at the kind of at the entrance to, you know, Boston and the Boston Hills. So we actually, in all of Hamburg, I would say probably get a little bit more here, maybe than other places. So at least that's been what we've noticed. Okay, the other thing that we've noticed, or I've noticed, is that we give snow reports all the time throughout Western New York. But rarely do we have a snow total from Hamburg, East Aurora, Orchard Park, or Eden, or even Angola. Sometimes we get a viewer report for a storm itself, but I'm talking about seasonal totals. Can't find it. I would give you a seasonal total here, but to measure snow properly in a storm, you got to measure it every 4 hours. You have a board, you measure, it piles up, you wipe it away, it piles up, you wipe it away, and you measure. Well, I'm not here all the time, so it was hard for me to get a measurement. However, I did some research and I found some snow totals here in the area, and I want to show you where they stand now and how they compare to other places in Western New York. And you'll be surprised, the South Towns wasn't necessarily the snowiest place compared to normal, as you may think, compared to other places. Okay, what you're going to see now, here's a big map of the United States. This is a map that shows the snow totals so far. Now, you don't have numbers there, but you just can see where it has snowed the most. Of course, the Intermountain West, the Rockies, and downwind of the Great Lakes. And as we zoom into kind of the Great Lakes region, you'll notice that there's been a lot of snow this winter season, and most of it has kind of piled up on the eastern shores of all of the lakes, kind of downwind, if you will. And then, of course, that includes right here in Western New York. So you'll see here a map of Western New York and kind of an average of the totals from the north to the south. And of course, the south has more than the north, but not in every case. And as we took a look at this winter, we kind of saw something, especially when you look at the totals, as we will come in a little closer here to the South Towns. I found a couple of sites that have been measuring snow all season, and we've got some totals that kind of surprised me a little bit. Now, what you'll see here are totals from a couple of locations in Hamburg. One is, well, first of all, you can see, you know, of course, Niagara Falls has 55 inches, 85 in Buffalo, as Kevin mentioned, Ellicottville at 165 inches, Bust-Eye, Jamestown, right at around 78 inches, and then out towards Dunkirk, about 68. Okay, now we zoom in closer into the South Towns. And this is what I found interesting. In the village of Hamburg, 71 inches of snow reported at this person's observation site, who they're a part of a network for weather geeks. You'll know what I'm talking about, Coco Ross. That is a network of weather observers across the country that gather data and submit it for, you know, official and unofficial records. You'll also see there was another total out closer to Lakeshore at 85 inches of snow. I know here we are kind of, see where it says North Boston, go a fist length north of there, and that's where we are. I know we've had more than 71 inches of snow. West Seneca is at 80 inches. And then as you go to East Aurora, just south of the village, you know, you're getting, you know, I would say, let's say just two miles or so, you will see that we're at 149 inches of snow for the season. That's crazy. So what's also interesting is that these numbers suggest that Hamburg has the same snow total as downtown Buffalo, or I'm sorry, at the airport. So we are, in fact, not necessarily the snowiest location this season. And in fact, other areas, including across the North Towns, have had equally as much snow as the South Towns. And the reason for that is that we've had numerous lake effect events, but there hasn't been really the big one. We had one big one in mid-January. Yeah, mid-January, where we got about 2 feet. But I just found that kind of interesting that the snow has piled up here, not necessarily because of the amount of snow, but because of the cold that has kept every flake of snow that has fallen here in place. In fact, the next map I'll show you is a map of the month of February. And you will see, of course, January was so cold, but so was February. And most days, more than not, were below normal compared to the number of days that were above normal, which were like half the amount. So this season, oftentimes, Hamburg, Orchard Park, East Aurora, Eden can have 40 to maybe even 50% more snow than Buffalo and the North Towns. And this season, Buffalo and the North Towns had about as much. Now, of course, you got more towards East Aurora, more towards Colden, more towards Kissing Bridge, because you're in the hills. You always get more in the hills than you do, closer to the lake. But I just found that interesting, that the South Towns were not the big muscle winners of snow. It was kind of more equally distributed compared to average, if you will, across all of Western New York. So that's a little dissertation on Southtown snow this winter season. And Kevin, I do know that you mentioned in your forecast near 50-degree readings for the end of next week. I will say tomorrow we're going to take a look at March. And I think March is going to be very different, and I'm sure you'll agree, than last March. Last March was so warm, it was so quiet. I think we're going to see huge swings. I think we see very warm temperatures as we approach the Ides of March. And then beyond that, it may just get cold and snowy again. We'll see. I know that's, I just think it's going to be a very topsy-turvy month in terms of temperature and weather. And I got to believe more snow is going to be falling here before the winter season is done, Kev.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. We're flipping the calendar to March, and I got the Irish decorations out. But, yeah, we're not done with the cold. We're not done with the snow. I think we average about another foot of snow if you want to work your way throughout the remainder of our cold season. Some fun facts of snow totals from around New York State after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to the third and final block of Beyond the Forecast. Jen has met him. Patrick, have you ever met former National Weather Service of Buffalo meteorologist and nationally known meteorologist Tom Nizzle? Did you ever deal with him?
I have communicated with him. I certainly know who he is. Okay. I remember his days on the Weather Channel. I know that he was, of course, with the Weather Service here in Buffalo, and he's a wonderful follow on social media because he really loves, even though he doesn't live in the region anymore, he loves focusing on weather here, and he's a great resource.
Literally, he's photographing snowflakes. I mean, it's like really analyzing the actual frozen fractal and saying, look at this one right here, terrific snow ratio. It's just amazing what he does just with the actual crystal. So I mentioned him because before I earned my certificate of broadcast meteorology from Mississippi State, I went to school and we learned BuffKit, which was something which was developed at the National Weather Service office of Buffalo. And I remember visiting the office and just being wowed by just the amazing technology they had there. And they also had, as I was interviewing Tom Nizzle, rhymes with drizzle, he told me, they had the award, the actual Golden Snowball Award. There is a trophy that is awarded to the city, and there it is, to the city that wins, quote unquote, the highest snowfall total. There are 5 cities that sort of compete for this, if you will. And Syracuse, Rochester, Buffalo, Albany, and Binghamton, and whatever city is deemed or measured to have received the most snow will receive that trophy. It's in Syracuse now. Where will it be next? Well, There it is, the Golden Snowball Award. Isn't it just majestic? I want to thank the Academy. So here we go. We click it. Oh, there we go. So here are the current totals. Syracuse is leading the pack, and at this point, we're not going to catch up to Syracuse. Syracuse is still prone to lake effect snow, and I'll talk about that. But the Rochester's in second. They might get the silver. Buffalo's bound to get will make the medal stand, and Binghamton and Albany. So I think we got our standings already right now. 1, 2, 3. Some fun facts. All 5 cities have above average snow total this year. At this point, usually by February 27th, Buffalo averages 77 inches. We're at 88 right now. And our season-long average is 95. So as you can see, we're still prone to, what would that be? We're still prone to, like, several inches of snow in March. Okay, it happens. We had a blizzard in March, and I don't think it's going to happen this March. But I don't think we're done with snow. Okay, even more time-killing fun facts. Time-filling. The highest total ever. The notorious, and I remember this. I'm the only member of Storm Team 2 that can remember. I don't think Dan's old enough. I'm in my 50s. I was a kid, but I have snapshots of the blizzard of '77, and that winter was brutally cold and brutally snowy, nearly 200 inches of snow for that season. Buffalo wins the award the second most, but Syracuse wins it the most, the Golden Snowball Award for the most seasonal snow. They win it more than 50% of the time. And the main reason is, here's Buffalo right here. Syracuse, of course, is right here. You can see where it is in central New York. It is prone to lake effect snow off of Lake Ontario. And as you probably know, or maybe you don't, Lake Ontario, even though it's smaller and even though it's a little bit more northern, it is less likely to freeze up than Lake Erie because it's so incredibly deep. If you have an in-ground pool in your backyard and you put a baby pool next to it, which one's going to freeze up faster? The baby pool is going to freeze up faster. And so, since Lake Erie, the baby pool, freezes up faster, Lake Ontario is still open, so Syracuse is really still prone to that late season lake effect snow. So Syracuse, you're winning it going away. The trophy will stay in central New York, and Buffalo will have to settle for second or even third place for the Snow Totals Award this year.
So Kevin, get this. This is really a fun fact. So you remember, you're from here, you grew up here,
yeah.
You remember the blizzard of '77. '77 happened to be a very cold winter, and get this.
What?
That's the same winter where it snowed where I grew up, and it never snows there, and that's San Francisco. Isn't that crazy? The same year.
Pretty fun. There you go. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thank you, Patrick. Thank you, Jen, for letting me borrow your forecast, and thanks for tuning in, everybody, on WGRZ+.